conversation about sex with teenagers isn't just one conversation. It's actually several or more conversations.
Sure, yeah.
It's keeping that open dialogue, because I think the biggest thing that we can tell our teens about sex is that sex was actually created by God, and it is such a good thing within the context of marriage. And I think we live in a society that actually doesn't uphold that or even respect that necessarily. And so that's why they're getting all these different mixed messages. But if we always come back, whenever they come to us, which hopefully they will, I mean, that's one of our goals, is we tell them, if you have any questions about anything, even if we don't have the answer, we will find the answer for you, because we want it to be an open dialogue where they feel like we're a safe place to ask about sex, because they're going to be hearing things at school. They're going to be seeing things online, whether they're looking for it or not. And certainly we encourage having filters on devices in place to protect them from things like pornography. But we have to, not be scared of the subject, because I think where this being scared starts with parents, and I was there, I was kind of scared.
It's intimidating. It can be. And a lot of us grew up in homes where maybe your parents were intimidated too, and so they just didn't talk about it. Or maybe you grew up in churches where they just didn't talk about it. Or when they did, it was always kind of in a negative way, like, oh, sex is bad, we don't.
Right.
I mean, someday you'll be married and you can do it then, but really the main part of the conversation was to just don't do it, let's not talk about it. And so we grew up with feeling this tension around sex. Where can I look to find it? And maybe even like me, I fell into pornography from a young age, in part I think just out of curiosity, but that sin really warped my thinking on the topic, and it's something we've really had to work through in our own marriage, and now help other married couples as well. On our Naked Marriage podcast, we talk all the time about porn, but specifically talking to kids. If you've got teenagers like us, we've got preteens too, a few things you need to know. Ashley said some of this already, is they're getting this message somewhere, and a lot of the message they're getting is wrong. And so develop that trust, like Ashley just said, where they come to you. Because if they start with Google, or if they start with the kids on the bus or in the locker room, they're going to get some messed up answers. And so make sure that you're willing to talk to them honestly, biblically, and to be vulnerable, and to let them know, listen, I don't have all of the answers, but I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that we work through this together.
Right.
And we're going to get through this together, and try to take the awkward out of it, or at least be able to joke about the awkward with them, so that they're comfortable coming to you and saying, hey guys, what does this mean? Or I heard this at school. What's up with that? And don't freak out, even if you're freaking out on the inside. Don't outwardly freak out, and just say, let's talk about it, and thank him. Say, I'm so thankful that you're trusting me with this. And I hope that you always feel that way. I'm so thankful that you're trusting me with this. And keep having those conversations. Again, like Ashley said, it's not just the one conversation, but start early, from the time they're really little, celebrating the fact God made you a girl or God made you a boy, and that's a beautiful thing, and that's part of God's plan for your life. And someday that means you're probably going to be a mommy or a daddy, and celebrate that from a young age. Celebrate the fact that He made them exactly as they're meant to be. And as they get older, in age-appropriate ways, continue to have those conversations about changing bodies, and about the feelings they're feeling, and about how those are natural, and how one day within marriage they'll have an outlet for all of that, and just keep the conversation going.
I think that's the key, is just not making sex something that is shameful. I know so many of us watching this right now as moms and dads, we feel inadequate because maybe that's how we grew up. I can relate to that completely. And I know that both my parents and even the youth group I grew up in, it came from a place of trying to protect me, trying to protect all of us. I know that the heart was good, but I think that sometimes the methods they used really ended up kind of filling us with shame and shutting us down. So we want to flip that. We want to make that different for our kids. So let's open up the conversation, celebrate sex to be something that's a beautiful gift that God made for marriage, and keep those conversations going.